Good morning to all my dear learners. I hope you are safe and fine at your places. And I truly believe that learning process is really going on well. So welcome dear students in the class of physical education. This is your part number 4. Right, dear students, and we are going to deal with unit number 9. What's the name of unit number 9, dear students? The name of unit 9 is Psychology and Sports. Right? So let's come. Today the topic that we're going to cover is very important, and it will give you a glance at how personality development is possible in the arena of sports and how it originates from sports only. So our today's topic is personality development through sports. What's the today's topic? Personality development through sports. Alright, so we are going to deal with the new unit, that's unit number 9, and our today's topic is development of personality through sports. As I told you earlier, what personality exactly means. What is personality, dear students? Personality refers to the behavior, to the conduct, to the way of thinking of an individual. What exactly personality, if I were to tell you a kind of definition if you will do from me, personality is something which shows the behavior, which shows the conduct of a person. Personality is something which tells us about what an individual thinks. The state of feeling, behaving, responding things, act on kind of actions toward a situation. These all things come to personality. Now the point came how personality is developed through these sports. The very first thing is improvement in the physical personality, right? I'm so sure for yes. Personality. So first thing is improvement in physical personality. Physical personality. Improvement in physical personality. So what does that mean? What does that mean is about, see, when we play sports, whenever we are engaged in any game or doing any kind of exercise, what simple thing is that we are engaged in physical workout. Whenever we engage our body, which is kind of machine, in a physical workout, it will help us to lead a healthier and happier life. Moreover, it helps to exercise each and every muscles so that the nitrogenous waste in the form of sweat removes. We feel energetic. Thus, it's so simple that for sure the physical personality can be built up through sports. And the first impression is the last impression. Let's take an example of two persons. One is endomorphic, it means a huge person who has a lot of fat in their body and lack in a lot of physical fitness. And let us compare the same person with mesomorphic, a person who has slim trim body with good amount of protein, abs, broad chest, everything is fine with him. Can you compare both of this person? Whenever we go comparing both of this person, a point came to our mind that for sure a person who has a good physical fitness index is likely to have a good personality, right? And it will give us a motive to lead and serve the best. with the positive thoughts and ideas. Improve health status, the next point is. So what's the next point? Improve health status. So our next point is about the improvement in the health status. Now how it will improve the health status? It is so simple, student, and I hope you got it, that whenever we engage ourselves into the physical fitness workout, into the kind of exercise which is related to, let's suppose if I'm doing yoga asana, let's suppose I'm doing vrikshasana, let us suppose I'm doing some kind of pranayams, let us suppose I'm doing vrikshasana, I'm doing shavasana, I'm doing sirsasana, I'm playing football, kho-kho, any game. I'm doing exercise. Exercise is what? Exercise is so simple, giving a kind of mechanism to your body. Let us take an example of a machine like a motorbike. The motorbike is at the home since 10 years and you are not using it properly. Will it start on the one self or a one kick? No, because in the same kind, our body is also a kind of machine. And the more you take work from it, the more you have a mechanism of it, right? The more it will work. So it is very important that our body, our health should be improved, because when we do various kind of physical exercise, our health will be improved. And if your health is improved, if your health status is good, your behavior will be good, your way of thinking, doing things will be good, right? So what happens is that through sports, the health status will be good. Although the next point is social development, right? What is the next point? The next point is social personality improve. Social personality improve. Now, what I want to tell you, dear students, is that how the social personality improves. The social personality will improve definitely when you have a good physical appearance. You'll get the confidence to speak between peoples. When you have a good health, you're feeling overall well. If you're feeling overall well, then there will be a efficiency, there will be a confidence, and everything comes through your side, right? So, social personality will definitely improve. So, through this course, the social personality improve. It means your communication skills. It means the various aspects of life will definitely increases. Yeah. So, social personality will definitely increase. Now, the next point is emotional personality improve. For sure, yes. Emotional personality improves. So yeah, it is so true. What is emotions? Emotions like love, hate, jealousy, anger. This is what? This is so simple. Emotions. Emotional personality improve. How does emotions will improve? Emotions will improve. Let's take an example. Just if I'm talking about emotions. So for sure, it is very important nowadays to have a control over the emotions. We should have a good control over our emotions, because nowadays a very important thing in our life is to have a control over emotions. If we have a control over our emotions, we can live a balanced life. Okay, so for sure, if you have a balanced life, balanced emotional life, the personality, that is the emotional personality, will be improved, and you will not get in the influence of various kinds of people, right? So improve psychological balance also. Next point, improve psychological or mental balance. Improve psychological balance. Now, how to improve the psychological balance? Through sports, the psychological balance improve. See, this I am just giving you one simple formula, and this formula is that it depends on you how you channelize the energy of your body. If you channelize in a positive direction, in a fruitful direction, it will help accordingly. If you channelize that energy in another form, kind of in negative things, in negative vibrations, in doing wrong things, it will act accordingly. So it is very important, if you balance your body, if you modify yourself, if you engage your body in doing various physical fitness workout. If you're doing things for your body, see, I'm just saying you a very simple thing. Whose body is it? It's your body, it's your organ, it's your heart, it's your lungs, your kidney. Who will take care of it? It's not the work of doctor to take care of it. It's your work, it's your duty, it's your responsibility to take care of lungs, hearts and everything of yours. So you must go for different kinds of exercise for that. Got it? So let's come and let's understand it for sure. Yes, this personality can be developed through sports. Right? So we have also some different points like improvement in the self-esteem for yes, improve self-esteem. What is self-esteem, students? Self-esteem is Atma Saman, right? So Atma Saman, self-esteem is really totally based on this personality trait. So if your personality is good, if you are interactive, if you are talkative, if you have a good sound mind, if you have a good communication skills, then definitely the self-esteem will improve. If the self-esteem will improve, the confidence level will improve. If the confidence level will improve, the overall efficiency of the body will improve. So yes, the self-esteem, the personality will develop through the sports. Sports play a very, very important role in the life of a person. Moreover, it can relieve from stress and tension. From stress and tension. Now I'm just going to say, what is the source of stress and tension? If you are not regular to your work, if you are not following the schedule, if you are not planned the things in advance, if you are thinking what people do, what people think about you, this is the source of stress. Just be self-dependent, just chalk out a plan, just schedule things, tasks, whatever you want to do, and just do it properly. There will not at all be any stress. Don't bother that I'll have to do this, I'll have to do that. Just be, self-centered and just be a goal-oriented person. Then there will not at all be a stress. Now, if I'm talking about the development of personality or relief of stress and tension through sports, so yes, when you play sports, you forget everything. You just put your whole concentration there. Just let's suppose you are playing hockey. So hockey and the ball is your passion, your life. You will have to do the goals. If you are playing football, then football is your life then. So you will put your 1000%, not the 100%. You will put your 1000% in that case. So that is what exactly is about the personality through sports. So for sure, I am giving you assurance, personality can be built up through sports. There is stress, tension, anxiety. These all things can be regular. Improve management skills also. Okay. A good personality need a proper management, so improves management skills. Okay, so improvement in the management skills. So now the point came when we are in game, when we are playing any game, right? So we'll have to manage a team, we'll have to distribute the duties to our team, we'll have to make strategies, tactics to anyhow win the game, right? And when we make the strategies, when we just give, let us suppose you are a captain of the team, you instruct the person, you instruct the people that yeah, we'll have to do like this, we'll have to do like that. In this way, you'll get to know what the strength of your people. You'll get to know the various kind of management skills. So through sports, you're getting management skills. If you have a management skills, if you know how to take work from people, it becomes so easy for you to have a good personality, right? Next is the development of creativity. So for sure, sports develop creativity. Develop creativity. Brings innovation. So what sports do is it brings creativity in people, it brings innovation. When we have a fresh mind, when when you play sports, you will feel energetic, the nitrogenous waste in the form of sweat will remove out. You have a fresh mind, the oxygen capacity, the taking of oxygen capacity is more in you, your tidal volume is good, your stroke volume is good, your cardiac output is good, everything is good with you. So what happens that you will be creative, you will be so innovative in things, right? Now the last point that I would like to tell you is about the motivation or kind of moral values, right? So it brings moral values, brings moral and social values, moral and social values, social values. Okay, so sports definitely bring moral and social values like helping each other, like cooperation, like adjustment, like understand sportsmanship ethics. These various things which happens just because of what? These all things will happen just because of the development of personality through sports. Sports really play a very important role in the life of a person, right? So let's understand about the next term which I told is motivation. So I just wanted to drop it. Let's come on the next point. Why I use this cloth? It brings less dust. Actually, it absorbs the dust. If you go through the chapter surface area, surface chemistry, you will get to know in chemistry 12. Absorption and adoption. Okay. So let's move on to the next point, motivation. Motivation is a change in an inner urge of a person. Now, when I'm writing this line, I just wanted you students to just keep your holy concentration here and just think upon it. What is motivation? So we can take an example, or you must remember many of your teachers motivate you, many of your parents, teachers motivate you to do something good. Now the point came, why they motivate you? So motivation is one of the most important area of psychology, right? Psychology is something that is related to mind, and motivation is also related to that. So it is very important that in terms of psychology, motivation play a very important role. Motivation has immense effect on learning. If you motivate a person in such a way that he wants to do whatever you want, so motivation really play a very important role. Now the word motivation derives from the two words. Move, okay, move over, which means to change or to move. This motivation refers to the change in inner urge of a person to achieve the goal. So move on to achieve the goal, we can also say. So what we can call to the motivation? Change in inner urge of a person, or I can say move on to achieve the goal. Now you just remember one thing, motivation. happened with you when your parents motivate you to do something, when the game is on and your coach is just, speaking loudly, hey, you will have to do, you have that capacity, you can do it in this way. That kind of words, right? So this is are really for us and it will really help us too. Okay, so what exactly this things like motivation is all about? It's a change in inner urge of a person, more on to achieve the goal, right? So what is exactly motivation? Motivation means to change in the inner urge of a person. It means to move on to achieve the goal. Motivation is very important, right? So let's learn the proper definition or what are the things that we needed to know here. So this motivation refers to the inner urge to achieve the goal. Motivation is a kind of inner force which energizes a person to make constant efforts to achieve the goal. Yes, in other words, motivation is a condition which increases the desire to perform better. So when you have a desire to achieve the goal, to do something very good, is what? Is motivation. So motivation is something which helps you to, put a constant effort towards something. According to Goods, motivation is a process of arousing, sustaining, and regulating the activity. Motivation is an internal factor that arouse, that direct, that neglect a person's behavior. If we talk about Croc's theory of motivation, motivation is any condition that might energize and direct our actions. Thus, motivation is a process. Okay, students, what is motivation? It is a process, bache, by which individual is inspired, stimulated, guided, and directed in everyday life. We may use types of motivation like sometimes we have some desires, sometimes we want better result, sometimes we need better performance, wish, aim, urge, etc. So motivation is that process, regulates the behavior of a person. It is extremely complex, difficult to interpret, predict and control. So let's come, we are going to understand the two types of motivation. So yes, motivation is of two types, internal motivation and external motivation, right? So internal motivation is what? This motivation is within an individual that guides individual to perform better, to satisfy one's own personal experience, right? So what is motivation types? Motivation are of two types. So motivation is of two types. First is internal motivation. Internal motivation. Second is external motivation. External motivation. Right? So internal motivation, it means related. It is from a person. It is self. Right? Internal motivation is self. Let us suppose if I have urge, I have to do my. Let's take an example. I want to become an IAS officer or an IPS officer. So it is my desire, it is my wish, and I am putting a great efforts to achieve that goal. Let us take an example, I want to become Prime Minister of the country, so I have to put efforts in that case. I am also taking an example that my kiddos understand what I am teaching. So I will be putting my efforts here that somehow मेरे बच्चों को समझ में आ जाए. That is internal. So internal motivation जो self से होता है, खुद से होता है. Okay? So what is internal motivation? Internal motivation refers to the motivation which is from the self. External motivation. What is external motivation? External motivation that is done by another people from the materialistic things. Like if I am giving punishment to my students to run 3 rounds of the ground if you are late in the ground. वट इज माई काइंड ऑफ मोटिवेशन? बच्चा सोचेगा कि नेक्स्ट टाइम से मैं टाइम पर ही आऊँगा। नेक्स्ट मैंने क्या पॉजिटिव सोचा, जब वो 3 राउंड दौड़ेगा उसका हार्ट रेट अच्छा होगा, उसकी बॉडी से नाइट्रोजन स्पेस स्वेट के फॉर्म में रिलीज होगा, उसकी कार्डियो रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम अच्छा होगा, उसके लंग्स का फंक्शन अच्छा होगा, उसकी लेग मसल्स की स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ेगी, राइट? Right? Okay, so that is what motivation is exactly about. So motivation is the change in the inner urge of a person. It may be internal motivation, it may be external motivation. Now the thing is that what is internal and what is external motivation? I am going to tell you now. Internal motivation or intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic or internal motivation, this motivation is within an individual and guide individual to perform better, to satisfy own personal feelings. तो जब हम हमारी खुद की पर्सनल फीलिंग्स को सेटिस्फाई करना चाहते हैं, दैट इज़ इंटरनल मोटिवेशन. Internal motivation depends upon the basic needs like biological needs, thirst, hunger, social needs like family, friends, psychological needs like interest, attitude, love, self-esteem, personal needs like safety, personality, economical, etc. It is based upon bodily needs, interest, nature, emotional need, social need, etc. So here we understand that if we talk about intrinsic or internal motivation, person has to set a goal. A person will have to be self-appraisal, auto-suggestion, positive attitude, and he or she should have some knowledge of things. So what are the parts of internal motivation? Okay, let's learn the parts of internal motivation. What are the parts in internal motivation? If we talk about internal or intrinsic motivation, the first thing is to set a goal. So if you want to go for internal motivation, you need to set a goal. So goal setting is the first part. Goal setting, right? Goal setting is the first part. The second thing is self-appraisal. Self-appraisal. Okay, third thing is knowledge. Right? So a person, if see internal motivation क्या है, जब हम अपने आप को satisfy करने के लिए कुछ सोचते हैं, कुछ decide करते हैं, to do something better, that is internal motivation. अपने आप को motivate करना. तो we need to be self-appraisal. अगर हमने कुछ अच्छा काम किया तो yes, I have done something good and I am feeling good. आपको खुद को feel होगा. That is self-appraisal. Goal setting. So what is goal setting? Goal setting is something which is related to set a goal. I have this much goal and I will have to step up there. मुझे वहाँ तक जाना है anyhow. Knowledge. So we should have knowledge of things wherever we want to go to crack the exams. So many things that we want to go. Okay. Let's take an example. Another thing, that is the positive attitude. Positive attitude. Right? So one should have a positive attitude. Positive attitude is very, very important. Without positive attitude, you can't do anything. You need to have some positive characters in yourself. You should be so positive until and unless you can't do anything. Right? So it is very, very important to have a positive attitude, to do something which is very, very important, to do something in such a way that life and people really know you and people really appreciate you. Right? So we should, the last point that I want to tell you in internal motivation is, yes, the last point that I want to refer to is auto-suggestion. What is auto-suggestion? See, when I am talking about internal motivation मतलब see, हमारे पास 5 चीज़ें जो मैं आपको बताएंगे. First है goal setting. Yeah, I have set my goal that I have to crack NEET or I have to become a CA. Second is self-appraisal. When I am doing something good, मैं अपने आप से बोलूँगा कि yes, I have done something good और मैं सही लाइन में हूँ. I am on track. Knowledge. If I am doing a study, I am doing that things, it means it is very important for me. Yes, I should have some knowledge so that I can crack the exam. Positive attitude is very important. Never ever get negative thoughts in your mind. It is very important to have some positive thoughts in our mind. Auto suggestion. Auto suggestion is one of the most important factor which should be in our side. We should have this thing. Auto suggestion will tell us that this thing is good, that thing is bad, and it will give us a suggestion. This sure, if I'm doing something wrong, it will be problematic. So let's learn about the external motivation. What are the things? The very first thing is external motivation is reward. Okay. Sometime I remember when I was having a first year of teaching, I called one of my student on stage. He was so mischievous, and I just called him on stage. I just gifted him one pen, and I just announced to the whole assembly that this student is so good, and now never ever will do some kind of bad things. And I'm proud of this kind of students. From that day, there is a transformation in that boy. Everything is changed with him in his behavior, in his way to think, and so many points. So it is very important to have a external motivation also. Sometimes punishment also works. See, I'm not telling to beat anyone, but for sure, if you give punishment at the right time, and if your student realize that yeah, he has done something wrong, he'll definitely understand you. So punishment also play a very important role sometimes in motivation, right? Active participation also. If a person is active, so active participation is another point. Active participation. Active participation play a very important role. If your players are participating in sports, in games, there is an active participation. For sure, it is very important for them to have active participation. So active participation enhances the motivation. How? Because see, when a player having active participation, right? So people will appreciate it. See, let's take a simple example of football. While playing football, people cheer ups like Saurabh, Saurabh, or like Ankit, Ankit, yes bro, you can do it, and so many kind of words. Active participation leads to what? Motivation from the outer side. Okay? It is also based on teaching method, teacher-people relationship, right? So external motivation क्या teacher people relationship. Right? Next is after teacher people relationship, I have one more point. Teaching methods. Teaching methods. Right? So external motivation is based on reward, punishment, active participation, teacher people relationship, and teaching methods. The study should be based on student center and teaching people relationship also. Teacher and people relationship should be well versed, very good. Because see, when you know your children very well, when when you can, when you appraise him, when you give something to him, when you understand your children, when the children understand you, it will become so easy for you to understand them, to teach them the right way, and they should pursue their life or something kind of, right? So spectator scout, coaching and guidelines, right? Teamwork, competitions. So we have some another points, like we have another point like teamwork. Why I'm emphasizing on teamwork? When people work in team, when different peoples work together, there is a lot of creative ideas, there is a lot of innovations come. It motivates others to, yes, if he or she has that much desire to do something, I also can do it. So external motivation helps here. Competition, healthy competition, healthy competition. Right? So now if we're talking about healthy competitions, now which point come? When people compete together, when they're performing something, they're energized. If they can do something, I also can do something. If they have that capacity to do, why I can't? I can also try and I can also do. Right? So it is very important. Coaching is also important. Coaching and officiating. Coaching, skill perfection. Right? So these things are really very important in terms of understanding the children, understanding the student, and lead them into a healthier and happier life. Right? So this was all about the motivation, and we can have a good knowledge of good surroundings. One point that I have missed: hygienic proper surrounding. Right? Surrounding should be proper, clean, hygienic, etc. So we have started a session, students, with the various things like about personality development through sports. Then we have started motivation. It's a change in energy of a person to achieve something, to achieve a goal. Motivation are of two types: internal motivation and external motivation. Internal motivation is goal setting, self-appraisal, knowledge, positive attitude, auto-suggestion. External motivation is reward, punishment, teaching methods, teacher-people relationship, active participation in any game sports. We need to have things about surrounding, teamwork, healthy competitions, coaching skills, proper, skill perfection and all. So this was all about this chapter. This is for both 11th and 12th. Thank you so much for the session. We'll meet in the next time with the next lecture with this. Lots of love and blessings to everyone. Take care everyone.